All right, let's get right into it. In the NBA, we talk a lot about the superstars, right? The starters who are always in the headlines. But today, we're zeroing in on a player who totally flips the script on what it means to be a substitute. We're talking about a backup point guard who has become one of the most impactful players in the entire league, TJ McConnell.
You hear that? That one line from a game broadcast. It perfectly captures what he's all about. It's not just about his skill level. It's about this relentless, non-stop motor that just grinds down opponents and completely energizes his own team. He just keeps coming.
So that's really the big question we're going to unpack today. What is the secret sauce here? What's the formula behind his incredible impact? We're going to break down his offense, his knack for playmaking, and that chaotic defense to really get why he can single-handedly change a game's momentum the second he steps on the court.
Okay, first things first. You have to understand that McConnell is not your typical backup. He's not just in there to give the starters a breather. No, he's a catalyst. He is the definition of a spark plug, a guy who comes in and fundamentally changes the entire energy and feel of his team. And this little comparison right here is so key. You see, a normal backup, they manage the game. They keep things steady. But McConnell, he dictates it. He doesn't just fill in. He ignites the whole squad. He doesn't just fill a role. He is the role, transforming his team's pace from just okay to absolutely blistering in a heartbeat.
So let's talk about his offense, because this is where that energy really gets channeled. It's not just about running around aimlessly. It's a relentless, super shifty attack that puts constant, and I mean constant, pressure on the defense. The guy is an absolute master at carving up opposing teams.
And this right here, this is his signature weapon. He just loves to drive headfirst into a crowded paint, get that defender leaning, and then, bam, he unleashes this impossibly quick spin move that leaves them standing still. After that, it's an easy finish at the rim with a layup or a little floater. It's a thing of beauty, and it's almost impossible to stop.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Just listen to the announcers. They're constantly just in awe of this move, calling it unreal and beautiful. That's not hype. It's just a perfect description of the timing, the body control, and the pure craftiness that he has absolutely perfected.
But here's the thing. He is so far from a one-trick pony. Just look at this arsenal. He's got crafty crossovers, last-second scoop layups, and he's a wizard with that little jump shot in the paint. He'll use the rim like a shield to protect the ball from bigger guys. And he can hit these wild, off-balance, weaving shots. He might be a reluctant three-point shooter, but trust me, if you give him space, he's more than capable of knocking it down.
So yeah, he can score in bunches, but, and this is a really crucial point, his offensive value goes way beyond his own points. He's also an incredibly unselfish floor general, a true veteran who makes everybody around him better by creating super easy looks for his teammates. This is it right here. He's not just a scorer, he's an orchestrator. He sees the court so well. All that driving and probing isn't just to get his own shot, it forces the defense to collapse, and that's when the passing lanes open up. He reads the floor, anticipates where guys are going to cut, and just delivers the ball on a silver platter.
And you can literally hear it in the commentary all game long. Announcers are constantly calling it out. Beautiful feet ahead, nifty feed, perfect pass for the lob. He's throwing bounce passes through traffic, tossing up lobs for dunks, hitting guys in stride. He just makes the entire offense hum.
Okay, now we gotta flip to the other side of the ball. This is where his energy creates just pure chaos for the other team. Defensively, the guy's an absolute pest. He's a master pickpocket who forces turnovers through nothing but pure, relentless hustle. And it really all boils down to this idea of the hustle play. This is the absolute core of who TJ McConnell is on defense. We're talking about effort that doesn't always show up in the box score. Diving for loose balls, challenging every single pass, and just flat out refusing to give up on a play.
And this quote, it's the perfect illustration. You've got a play where the ball's thrown away, it looks like it's going out of bounds, game over. But McConnell just sprints to save it, and in the process, forces a foul on a guy who never saw it coming. He literally creates something from nothing, just by never, ever quitting.
So what does all this hustle actually lead to? Well, tangible, game-changing results. He's constantly anticipating passing lanes to get steals, getting his fingertips on the ball for key deflections, and just hounding ball handlers into mistakes. And those turnovers he creates, they lead directly to easy fast break points going the other way.
All right, let's bring it all together. When you combine his shifty, creative scoring, his elite court vision, his passing, and you add in that game-wrecking defensive energy,
What you get is something so much more than just a typical backup. I mean, think about this. In one playoff game, he drops 15 points off the bench and just completely turns the tide. He forced the other coach to call a timeout just to stop the bleeding. That's a perfect, concrete example of his power to just take over a stretch of a game and totally change the outcome.
When it comes down to it, he's basically a perfect storm of skills and intangibles. He's got the offensive game of a starting point guard, the passing vision of a true floor general, and an energy level that seriously feels like 5 players rolled into one.
And that kind of leaves us with this final thought, right? We call him a backup, but when a player can so consistently and so profoundly change the game in every single way, offense, defense, energy, you really have to wonder, is that word backup even doing him justice?